All right, it's Monday, April 8th. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and today on the first day of the week, we end up with a very narrow inside bar. That's a little bit red. We stayed inside the high and low of yesterday, and yesterday stayed, inside the high and low of the previous day, the big red bar. So we came into the week kind of knowing we're right at the center point of this big red bar. How we get out of this red bar is the next big, topic, and it's going to be tricky to do that. And we kind of knew that coming in from a context standpoint, and it was even, almost likely that you were going to chop around in here for a while before deciding which way to go. Of course, the longer we stay inside here, the more powerful a break can be, up or down, and also there's definitely the possibility of the false move, where we try to break up and can't continue and then come right back through the range. Same thing on the downside. If we break down, we can fail and come back up, and that could be powerful trade. A lot of times I've seen these type of price action where you stay in here for a while. It could be a week, 2 weeks. And actually, some of the better trades are when, price comes down here and it looks like you're going to break out, and then you get kind of a 2-up day and you get some nice action. So if this is a volatile enough range, if we can get a little volatility in here, buying near the low and selling near the high could make some sense, but you can't just automatically do that. You have to see if the daily bars kind of unfold that way and opening price action unfolds that way. But for today, anyway, nothing at all developed. If we look at today, we were, the way I saw it, we were going to play whatever breakout occurred, high or low, and kind of go from there. And if you look at today's price action on the 15-minute chart, between the pre-market range was between the blue lines. First bar was just in the middle of that range. We consolidated for 2 bars, so that's kind of a good thing in terms of whichever way it goes. We'll give it a shot. So then I bought some calls here on bar number 4, and I shot a video on that, expecting it to take out the pre-market high, hoping it would continue strong up, and take out the daily high on a 2-up day and maybe work all the way up to the top of the range and then see what happens. But what really happened was price just stalled up here and then eventually worked towards the lows of the day. What I did, just knowing that this move here, 3 bars, should be a powerful breakout, I was expecting it to come up, have a little pause, continue if it was going to, work out well. And once I saw it kind of pause, had this little hammer bar, then the inside bar, then we started down. I reversed to a short trade at that point, and I discussed how I took a very small loss on the options, like 10 cents, and I anticipated taking out the lows of the day. And then I shot a video when we were down here saying, let's see what happens at this inflection point. And obviously what happened was we just had a green reversal bar and then just chopped around for the rest of the day, ultimately forming this little red nothing bar. So what we have going forward, in terms of, at least in the very short run, is you do have a red daily bar, a red weekly bar here inside of that week, and a red monthly bar. So there is some continuity to the downside if price wants to start down tomorrow. If it does, let's see if it could now we're getting to the point where we'll go at these trades, see if they reach targets, and if not, then be ready to go the other way. That's all I could say. And we have an opening price here as a reference point. If it stays above that, we can stay green, and let's see if we can test the highs of these ranges. And if it stays below it, we'll stay red. So we can judge it that way. If I really zoom the 15-minute chart out, I kind of see big uptrend in place. You can picture a 45-degree channel, and maybe, and we're starting to go sideways for a while, obviously, but I can see this as being part of just a brief test of downside, pause, and then continue the uptrend. After such a long, move up, this is weeks and weeks and weeks, I could see why it might want to consolidate before making another leg up. So that could be developing, but in the end, you can see this is kind of that big bar here. So we're going to have to break out of this whole sideways range that's been going on now, for a while. If you really look at the daily chart, it's all in this area. We're just kind of going, we're chopping around after this, moved to all-time highs, and it tested it a couple of times, failed, came down. Now we're back inside. This is tricky trading. You don't always have to, there are times not even to be in the market, to tell you the truth. You could still, I think, with the volatility in play and the way I judge price action, have some opportunities, but you got to kind of know context-wise. That was the reason, again, why I was I reversed here. because this move normally should be a powerful directional move to start the day. And you're in an environment that's very tricky, right in the middle of a big range. And that's why I'm much more nimble here when things don't go as expected. That's the way I kind of, use my 15-minute structure. I kind of know what to expect when I see an inside breakout. And if it doesn't immediately give me what I'm looking for, then I'm either ready to get out, or in this case, because it's such a choppy environment, I figured I'll reverse. And, there was some liquidity down here and also possibly down here, but it didn't get there. So anyway, that's where we stand. Let's see going forward what happens day by day. And in the end, I'm just trying to judge this whole inside price action and how it unfolds. And, in the end, you're just going to have to get out of this big red bar either up or down. And that's kind of going to be the next big move in the market. And in the meantime, there could be a lot of volatility and fake moves within that. And you just got to be careful. So let's see how things unfold tomorrow and for the rest of the week.